about back pain and stretches that might help because it's very common, but feel free to send me any questions, right? Any questions you have, any comments you have. And part of this is kind of just hanging out online, connecting, chatting, and all that jazz, because that's what we do. So tell me where you are in the world and what belt you are, and if you're training. I think pretty much everywhere is opened up training, which is really exciting. And we've got people going to tournaments. Tournaments are happening, and it's actually new. This is really cool. We started a Telegram chat, and the link, I'll post the link. It's in the story right now, but I'll post it in the Instagram, and it's in the bio. Go in the bio. It's really cool. People have been joining. We're chatting about where they are in the world. We've got everything. We've got Africa, Australia, Mexico, Canada, from the Canadians so far. Let's get some more Canadians in there. US. Oh, you're from Ukraine and you're a blue belt. Very, very cool. We have Alexei from Ukraine with us today. How's your training going? How's everything going in training? Alexei, it's a great name. So jump in the bio. You can jump in our Telegram chat, and really we just chat. It's just chill, a way to connect with everybody, a way to talk, because Jiu-Jitsu is a big community. That's in the Instagram bio. Jiu-Jitsu is a big community, and that's what we want to have here with yoga for Jiu-Jitsu. Yoga for BJJ doesn't change, right? None of it changes. So yeah, tell me where you are in the world, your training, how's your training going, any questions you have. Starting today, my chat about lower back pain, getting right into it until I get some great questions here. Yeah, I know, hey, JP, I always try to say the Instagram handles, and I'm like, JPEG drop into. I did that pretty good. I should get a medal for that one. Back pain, okay, why? Why back pain? And honestly, it's because we put so much stress on the lower back. There's obviously in Jiu-Jitsu, lower back is really common. Sometimes it's upper back too. And my guess is perhaps upper back can get to be kind of stiff, right? Between the shoulder blades, the thoracic spine, and then the lower back takes a lot of stress because the lower back, that spine, is what's holding that big torso, right? Like those bobble upper bodies. And we do a lot of rotation in Jiu-Jitsu and a lot of stress and pushing, so it's no wonder it gets really sore. Oh, wow. Anders, Thomas, Jewel, Jess person. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, welcome. Good to have you. And we have Portugal. Yes, unreal. I know some black belts there from Portugal. All right, so keep sending in where you're training. And if you have questions, when I start blabbering, you got questions, send them in. And if you're watching this video later, send them in the comments and we'll still answer. Okay, first thing for that back pain, for the spine in general, the best thing you can do for the spine and back pain is to move the spine. So that's really good for spinal health, but to move it in every way that it can go. That's also very important, and that's probably why it's common in Jiu-Jitsu. There's a lot of stress with the back pain. There's always so many speculations and layers, right? But in Jiu-Jitsu, there's a lot of stress, but also the back is forward a lot in Jiu-Jitsu. And so we are, and we do rotate, we do twist. We go into scissor sweeps, we do twist. There is a little bit of arching, but not a lot. So in Jiu-Jitsu, we've got half of it, right? We've got a lot of half of the movements. We need to arch the spine. We need side bends, and so we need the other half of the equation to make that spine feel really good. Stealth and John, Stealth BJJ, Newtonards, Northern Ireland. Oh, Northern Ireland, unreal. Good to meet you. Good to have you with us. Alexi says, training constantly and you're loving. Oh, you're loving the course. Really helps. 2 weeks ago, tried flow program before competition to release stress. Wanna advise which programs helps to be calm but not to relax. Thank you for help and knowledge. Share and hugs. Huh, thank you. Well, you know what? Cool, good for you. Okay. So the flow program before competitions to release stress. And I would recommend, I know what you mean. You want a flow that is slow and that is strong, calming, focusing, but you don't want like the yoga for exhausted before bed yoga, because you don't want to release everything to that extent. Okay, I have a couple videos for you. I want you to do, if you want an hour, I want you to search on the yogaforbjj.net, best hamstring class of all time. That's Sebastian's class, and I named it, that was me, best hamstring class of all time. So it does target the hamstrings, but it also targets the side body really nice. It targets the back. But what I love about that class is it's slow and strong. It keeps a slow, strong pace through the whole thing. And that might be really nice to do the morning before, the morning of the competition maybe. Another one that I've created, because that's my favorite, those are my favorite type of flows. So I have created the everyday yoga flow and the don't want to do yoga flow. So search those, everyday yoga flow. That one moves through just the basic sun salutations, and it starts slow. It's slow and strong, and then as we get the patterns, it does vamp up a little bit. So the everyday yoga flow is really nice. Then the don't want to do yoga flow, that might be your one. That might be your one. The don't want to do yoga flow, again, is really slow, strong, focused. And when I say strong, I mean like it's not fast movements. It's like foundational movements that stretch the hip flexors, stretch the back, stretch everything. So you know what? Jump into the don't want to do yoga flow, 30 minutes. Everyday yoga flow. Everyday yoga flow does pick up the pace a bit. Everyday yoga flow, 30 minutes. And then Sebastian's for 60 minutes, the best hamstring class of all time, because all of our hamstrings are always tight all the time. Try those 3. If you want a shorter time frame of a flow, 10 minutes, do any of my 10 for 30. 10 for 30, any of those. You've got 30 classes and all of those are just awesome. So depending what you want, you could do 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 10. All of them are really, really great. So try those out and let me know how it goes. You can message in, you can comment on the Facebook. We see the notifications. So try that. Because Alexi was asking, she wants before a competition a slow flow, but not like a yin, relax, go to bed class, which is exactly what you need, right? You need a nice, slow, calm flow. Yeah, let me know how it goes, Alexi. And then if you want something more or something different, of course, ask, right? That's why I'm here. I love it. I love it. I think that we would like the same type of flows. We like the same type of things you're looking for before the competition. Okay, and then back to our conversation of back pain, right? I love the questions, keep them coming in. And we're kind of talking about why. So yeah, Jiu-Jitsu, to recap quick, we do a lot of twisting, we do forward, but we don't do back. We don't do extension of the back, and we don't do a lot of side bending. So the first thing that I would say to help with that back pain, or just to make the back feel a bit better, something you would never guess. Sitting down, just sitting down, cross-legged in a chair, on the feet, whatever. Reach your favorite arm up and reach over. Just do that. And this obviously stretches the side, but it also stretches the lower back, the QL, which gets like jammed up, and that can be a factor in lower back pain. There's a lot of factors. We're gonna only touch a few. So you want to stretch that QL. Isn't that nuts? So left hand on the ground, obviously other hand over, and do both sides. Really gentle. You can hold it as long as you like. Don't go too far. The temptation is to really push it and go too far, but now you're kind of wrecking what you're trying to do because you stress that back out. So really gentle. Left and right side bends. This is what we learned in it was crazy, 500-hour yoga teacher training. This is massive, right? This will really help. So that's your first one. So we've moved into now starting to balance that spine. Side bends. So in Jiu-Jitsu, we have the spine forward, we do twisting, now we have side bends, and then the next one is also, we'll go into that in a minute, not quite yet. I was gonna say arching the spine, we'll go into that in a minute. But the next one is, we do twisting in Jiu-Jitsu, we do twisting. So scissor sweep, I'll be here and I'll have my guard closed. You set up your scissor sweep and I'm twisting. Right, so the torso, it's kind of more or less still facing up, and I've moved the feet into the scissor sweep. So it is a twist, but it's more jerky. It's not a nice twist, really. And you get a scissor sweep, now it's a nice twist because you got it. But try this, okay? So level 1 is knees above the hips and just lower them to the side, right? Lower them side and then torso facing up. So this is just a really nice twist, and you can do it after class. You can do it. Like even if you're at home, a couple minutes on the yoga mat. If you're hanging out with the homies on the mats after training, just go into the twist like this while you're chatting with them. I do it all the time. Then let's get a bonus shoulder opener. Lower the left hand behind you. So this is a super nice twist through that spine, and this will feel really good. But another factor, which may or may not, well, it depends on the people, right? Everyone's different, so we try kind of everything. So we've got side bends, we've got this really nice twist on the back, and then stretching the outer hip. Okay, this is my favorite one. I think I've said it in my last 2 lives, but that's because it's such a good stretch, and that's just because everybody needs it. So put your ankle onto the quad, lower, and this is level 1, like I just put the hands through and grab like the hamstring. This is level 1, but level 2, it feels really nice, is lowering the foot to the ground and just grabbing that shin, right? And then the torso relaxes on the ground. So this will stretch throughout that outer hip, which is absolutely incredible. So really, and you can add your twist in that too. So really try those. Those are really nice for that lower back pain. And then now we've gotten you moving a little bit. We've done our side bends. We've loosened up the outer hip. 2 more. This may or may not feel good, but now we're looking at arching the spine because we don't do that in life very often, but it's important for spinal health. So Sphinx pose, elbows can be under the shoulders, and honestly, for many, many years, that was too much for me. Elbows under the shoulders, I was just like, oh, because I had a really bad back, and yoga's been really helping with that. And I'm not special. I think it's very common for a lot of people to have stress on their back because we just beat the crap out of ourselves in jiu-jitsu. That's too much. Just put the chin on the hands. This is still a yoga pose. Go figure, right? So this is a nice one. And remember, less is more. Less is more. Go to like 64%. After this, use the hands to push off the shoulders. Knees wide, toes together. Go into your turtle. Turtle, hands can be on the head. No, the head can be on the hands. You can rest the forehead on the ground and lower the hands by the feet and breathe. Here, it might take a little bit to release, but it's really nice through that lower back. It's really nice through the lower back. So turtle's really nice. To recap everything I just blabbered about, we've got our side bends, both sides. Even if you do all these together, just one at a time. And then you have your twists. Knees up to the side. You've got your outer hip. Oh, let's do the same side. Outer hip. You've got your outer hip level 2. And then you have your Sphinx here. Elbows under the shoulders. That's too much, and it might be. Elbows out, just head on the chin. And then last, you're jumping into that turtle here. So that's a nice one to start. And obviously, if you guys have questions, send them in, right? Send them in, chat, let me know where you are training, all that jazz. There's so many things that can play factors into the back pain, but really, you can look at 2 sides. There's so many factors. But if you just get the spine and the surrounding areas, you get the surrounding areas stretched, you do some TLC, then it's gonna feel good, right? So it is rocket science, but it's kind of not, right? And you just feel what feels good. If something's hurting or aggravating, then obviously don't do it. And we do have a rehab program with Rosie too. We do have a rehab program with Rosie. So you can jump into there and check out what we have and see if it works. And obviously we're not doctors. We're jiu-jitsu black belts in yoga. So we're not doctors. So if you've got a lot of pain or pain that doesn't stop, go to the doctor. But if you find you start gently and this starts to help, then you're a doctor. It's perfect. All right. So let me know any more questions and stuff that you guys have. Just shoot them in the comments. And we do have, I'm pretty excited about this, 1 week from today, we are training our next slew of instructors, our Yoga for BJJ instructors. And how it works is once they register, I email them right away, excited to have you with us, and I send the homework. There's a bunch of homework, like you can't register for the course a week in advance. Like these people have been working on the homework for a month, for quite a while. Yeah, jump into Telegram. I'm going to be jumping on there in a little bit here. Then we can chat. Sebastian's in Telegram, Adam's in Telegram. So yeah, we're all in there, and we honestly chat. We had a couple people that did Jiu Jitsu tournaments. We've had people that, got promoted a few belts. We've got all types of stuff in there. So we just go in there and we chat. So it's a really cool way to connect. And a cool way because right now it's a lot of like me talking. So we want to find ways to build a community back with you guys, right? Hear what you guys have to say, hear what you like, hear what's going on in your Jiu-Jitsu lives. And we talk about everything yoga for Jiu-Jitsu, yoga for BJJ, and BJJ. So yeah, jump in there and see. It's cool. Go into Instagram and go into the bio, and you'll see a link there to jump in. And I'm going to post it on Instagram too in a minute here. And then I was also going to say, I totally lost my train of thought of, oh yeah, our slew of instructors. So, and the homework is actually really cool because usually people are signing up to instruct yoga for BJJ for their own self-development, for a deeper understanding of yoga, or they're signing up to teach. Or inevitably, like both kind of happen. So we send them the homework, and the homework's really great. It's yoga. They're doing yoga, and then there's breakdowns of everything, what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how to do it. So that's their homework. And there's also lectures on how to teach well. These lectures, we call them lectures, but they're discussions in the course. And I've had a lot of 200-hour official yoga instructors move through the course, and a lot of black belts move through the course that own their own academies, and they're like, man, it helped me teach. And for myself personally, this course has been more valuable than my 200-hour yoga teacher training. And as a black belt, it's helped me teach. I've been teaching for 10 years, and I thought I had it dialed in, but that's life. It's like, you think you know what you're doing, and then it's like, no, you got no idea. So this course really, really helped me teach in a phenomenal way. So there's a lot more than just yoga for BJJ, right? And then, yeah, it goes into like the poses that work the best for us Jiu-Jitsu people and what we need the most. And those are all strung together. So to feel good, but then also be kind of challenging. Of course, the cool downs are just unreal for recovery and injury prevention. So there's a lot of really good stuff in there. I call it the gift that keeps on giving. So that's our next slew of instructors. You'll probably see on Instagram. Us posting stuff. We always post stuff so everyone kind of see what's going on. And then our teacher training after that is we have one coming up in Mexico. So Sebastian's going to be there. Stina's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Adam is going to be at the level 2 in Mexico. So we take turns. And the 200-hour Alliance Certified Yoga Teacher Training is how to teach yoga to Jiu-Jitsu people. And it's kind of like a 2-in-1 because a lot of stuff you learn in the level 1 yoga for BJJ, people will be learning in the level 2 in the 200-hour, just a little bit different, but obviously same concept. So it's like a 2-in-1. And yeah, we're going to spend 28 days in Mexico, rented our own villa, and food's included. It's going to be pretty great. And it is a teacher training, but it's also to like really be a big impact for people, like to teach how to teach, to do like myth busters. Like part of what I'm doing is putting together a lot of stuff that people say in yoga, and is that scientific based? A lot of it isn't. A lot of what people say isn't scientific based, but they just say it because all the yoga teachers say it. And it's like, well, there's no scientific evidence for that. So don't say it. Or if you're going to say it, you better be ready for an interesting conversation. So it's kind of cool stuff. Really cool stuff coming up. So that's all we have for today for everybody. So thanks a ton for joining me and jumping online with me. And I will see you guys next week. Sometimes I go live Saturday, sometimes Sunday, depending. So it's going to say same time, same place, but maybe we'll do Sunday next week. All right, everyone, super fun to hang out with you, and we'll chat with you all soon.